Welcome to episode 243 of the Leaving Today podcast. Today we're going to go over news. We have an opening question from Mark, and then we're going to talk about our thoughts about Josh D'Amaro.
All personnel, clear the launch platform.
All personnel, clear launch platform.
The Leaving Today podcast, the show about the news, history, and attractions of the Disneyland Resort.
Well, come on, Wendy. Let's go.
But where are we going?
To Neverland.
Neverland.
Hello, and hello. Welcome to Leaving Today podcast, episode number 243. My name is Mark. I'm one of the co-hosts here. Sitting next to me, to the right of me, is the Trailmaster of Puppets himself, Woody.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir. The very handsome
Thank you.
Trailmaster of Puppets, rocking
you.
a brand new Dixon flannel.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, there's a new flannel every show.
Almost.
I think at some point we need to have a giveaway where you give away one of your signs. You should sign one and give it away to a devoted listener. How about that?
I would have a very difficult time letting it go only because these don't come back.
They don't come back, but you have at least probably just a notch below 40 of these.
Notch above 40.
Okay. I don't think you're going to miss one of these, Udi.
I might.
Okay. Anyways, hey, today, I should say thank you for tuning in. If you love Disneyland and you love general discussion about it, actually deep discussion about it, you've come to the right place. If you're new here, and we do have some new listeners, so welcome. We hope you find the water to be warm. But welcome. We like to think. That we are your favorite Disneyland friends you haven't met. If you like having deep conversations and you think deeply about the parks, about what could be, what should be, what isn't going on, and the things we miss, and all the news and attractions, you've come to the right place. So welcome again. And then for those of you who call us home, welcome home. Today's show is sponsored by all of you listeners out there. So we make it super simple. If you want to sponsor the show, you can go to leavingtodaypodcast.com, click on the support tab, and for that you get to, I think you have like 2 or 3 different tiers, and you get to be on the show, and you get to get some free swag, which we need to do. We actually need to send some out because I want to welcome our new supporter, Eric, who joined us from our LTP Lounge last week.
Thank you.
So welcome to the family, Eric. We'll be in touch.
Yep.
I mentioned LTP Lounge. Udi, what is that anyways?
Okay, so the LTP Lounge was another brainchild of my friend Mark here.
Hello.
So what it is our YouTube show. So we, as many of you know, we do this podcast. We're now going into season number 10. We are in season number 10, and this is a bi-weekly podcast. But we felt like there was too much of a time. So sometimes we have a space where we're covering the topic. Like this one today is a little bit late, quote unquote, but we wanted something more interactive, more direct, so we could talk to people in the moment, in the now, because we love the interaction with the listeners. We love that interaction in the Disney community because it is just good energy, and having this, this talk about, oh, we're going to do this, or no, we're not going to do that, and it's a little delayed in this format. So we wanted something that we could do something in the moment, live. And so we have begun the LTP Lounge, which is our YouTube, which we have every Wednesday night at 6 Indie time, and then we'll cover a couple topics, timely ones. We usually decide probably day of or just day before.
Yeah,
we're cover because we're kind of waiting to see what happens, and then so we do that. We'll cover that. We'll bring on a few different guests. We've had a number of people on, and then we encourage everybody to come in and jump in the chat and actively ask us questions, give your opinion, so we can talk. And basically, it's like our way of talking if we were sitting around a table or at a bar talking about it, but via YouTube. So please join us there. joining the chat. We had a great show last show.
Yeah,
A lot of talking, a lot of interaction, which was amazing, and we want to keep building with that. So there you go. It's on YouTube, LTP Lounge.
LTP Lounge, yeah. And like Udi said, we have guests come on. Orange Grove 55 will show up. Theme Park Conductor shows up
He was
often.
on our last show, yep.
Love those guys, and they're welcome on anytime. And then also we have sometimes people from the East Coast on. So yeah, like Lewis will come on, and we need more Lewis in our life.
Always.
Yeah, always. So it's a really good time to just connect with you folks.
Yep.
And then we also have T-shirts on sale at TeePublic, so go check that out. You can find all this stuff on our LeavingTodayPodcast.com page. And finally, if you're listening to us, I want to say thank you, or any podcast, thank you, because a lot of work goes into these, and you are supporting creative arts, creative ideas and thoughts. And here you can say whatever you want to say, and we're all part of this Disneyland community.
Yeah, absolutely. The more that you go out there and you listen to other people's opinions and you kind of open up your mind, it is just something that we all need to do as in general. So by actually going out there and supporting two podcasts, ours or another one, you're doing the community a lot of good, and you're doing yourself a lot of good, because I always say it over and over again, it's about more information, more people taking in more. Go out there with an open mind and an open heart, and you're probably going to find a lot of great people out there, because I will tell you what we have here. So we encourage you to, again, we thank you. We encourage you to go out there, listen to as many voices, and we thank you always, always, always for your time.
Yes, awesome. Yeah, and then one last housekeeping. Udi and I will be at the parks May 14th and 15th.
Correct.
Yes, 14th and 15th is a Thursday and Friday. So if you happen to be down there and you have time off after work, or you take the day off, please hit us up. We would love to hang out with you. Ride some attractions, go grab lunch or dinner or all that stuff, and just sit around and enjoy the day together. So if that's something you want to do hit us up on Instagram, or send us an email at info@leavingtodaypodcast.com.
Yeah.
Yeah. We already have a couple of people going to meet us, so we're excited about that.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
I'm so looking forward to it, yeah. Okay, opening question I was thinking of just the other day from our Wednesday night discussion, which happens to be one of the hotter topics right now, or at least it's a great conversation.
Oh, okay. I think I know where you're going to go, but go for it.
And this is the debate between should Avatar come into Disneyland versus maybe perhaps another IP like Zootopia that could fit, or actually like a Monsters. Yeah, that could actually fit in there a whole lot better. We'll see. But my question to you, Udi, is, and there's some speculation about James Cameron not doing episodes 4 and 5 because they're just too costly.
Correct.
Okay. You have a seat at the WDI table. You come to find out that James Cameron is not going to do episode 4 and 5. Do we still develop a Pandora Land?
Nope. Pull the cord.
For Disneyland Forward?
No, wait. Okay. So, okay.
I wasn't done yet, Udi.
Okay.
For Disney Forward.
Yeah, I would go. I would continue forth, because I think moving beyond it being an IP, it is represented in another park. Now, I kind of go with the caveat with that is only do it like if it's gonna be like really big. Like I'm of like make it big, like make it huge, like make it like holy crap, this thing's amazing. Because I will tell you this, the IP itself is not one to do that. But if you make that land big, that the IP is kind of like the backdrop, not the main thing, where the land itself, there's so many cool things to do within that area. So the attraction that you're on is great. The story within that is great. The area itself is amazing. So you can look beyond just it being the IP. So that's one of the things that has kind of been, you can critique with Galaxy's Edge, is that it's not enough of that where people can just go hang out because it's cool. You have to be a little bit more in contact with Star Wars to get more out of it, right? Because you can look at Adventureland, there's no IP. We can hang out there all day. Fantasyland, you go on and on. That's one of the beauties of Disneyland proper.
Yeah.
Is that there's no one IP holding the land down. So if you're going to make an Avatar, that's fine. But make it so that it is so cool you just want to go be there because it's cool to be there. I don't know how you would accomplish that per se.
Yeah.
But that's the only way you go forward. Other than that, then just scrap it because I don't think it's not going to be one for the ages. I'll put it that way.
Ah. So you would want to have some sort of Pandora-like-esque land.
Yeah.
And then throw that in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Like make it like, I mean, okay. That's the, and let me go back to Galaxy's Edge to kind of help, buttress my opinion here.
Yes.
If they would have picked the right land, and I say it all the time, if they would have picked the right era for Galaxy's Edge, we wouldn't have this issue anymore because
Right.
people connect. That's the connective tissue,
Right.
and because of that, it isn't as good. So Avatar doesn't have that the character hold like the Star Wars character has.
Yeah.
Right. So
Yeah.
that's why it feels empty, or it feels like it's something missing.
Sure.
The fact that if you're going to do something in Pandora, it needs to be something that can fly over the fact that it isn't the characters in the stories isn't like hasn't held generations like
Yeah.
Star Wars has.
Sure. I agree with that. Yeah. My thought would be similar to yours, is that I would still want to do it, but something you said on last Wednesday's show was Bob Iger talking about all the money generated from Pandora.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. Wonderful. But if that's your only driving factor, I would raise my hand at the table and go, look, I mean, that's great. It makes money, but we don't know what the story is here. We don't know these characters. Yeah. So my thought would be, you need, and this is what we maybe talked about this with Josh Giamaro coming up, is that you need to build an experience that has a good story.
Mm-hmm.
And you need to have like an experience that's going to that's going to resonate with the majority of folks. And if you can do those two things well and make like a really just cool experience, I think the money will be there.
Yeah.
The money will come. People will come.
They will.
But if you're just saying, oh, we need to capitalize on this because it's hot right now, I think people are smart enough, they're going to see through it.
Yeah.
When you go, you guys didn't do this for the money. You just did this to get something quick and dirtied out of here.
Yeah.
So I hope we get something that people will go, oh, this is actually really, 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 really cool. And there's a cool story in here. And I know you're like, we don't need another water ride at DCA or that side of the park. But I think I love those things. I think they're kind of cool.
They're fun, but I mean, and that is my biggest argument because of what you're saying. Why it can't go where everybody's saying it's going to go.
Yeah,
because it won't be. We know automatically what it needs. It will not be that.
No, it
will not be that.
And what I don't want is a trackless 3D ride, which I think we're going to be getting for Avengers. But
I got no problem with them if they're done right. Everything, I have no problem with any ride or any ride type as long as it's like a story with it. I mean, obviously we're going to remove like.
What?
Why can't I think of Grizzly River Run? Because you're just going to get wet on that. That's just a straight up adventure ride.
yeah.
I mean, and not a water thrill ride. Like, if you're gonna do a boat ride, that's fine. Just make it fun. Make it cool.
Yeah, make it cool.
Yep.
Okay. Well, that was opening question.
All right, it was a good one.
Well, thank you. All right. Well, from that, let's go on to the news.
You listen to me now. You are talking about things that you do not understand.
All right. First news item for episode 243.
The bad news.
The bad news. Disney to lay off up to 1,000 employees in the first cuts under new CEO Josh D'Amaro. Disney is planning to lay off as many as 1,000 employees over the next few months. Deadline, that's the source of this, they have confirmed. They also confirmed that the first cuts to come from the entertainment giant since naming its new CEO, Josh Seymour. Yes, these are the first cuts that they are announcing. Many of the layoffs are expected to come from the recent consolidation of Disney's marketing department. The company's global headcount stood a bit more than 230,000 as of the end of the most recent fiscal year, with the most of that being part-time theme park workers. In January, the company upped veteran executive Azad Ayaz to Chief Marketing and Brand Officer after announcing a plan to consolidate the marketing at the film, TV, and streaming operations and eliminate duplication. Many of the cuts announced as part of the new round of layoffs are related to that move, according to a person familiar with the reduction. Okay, so this is the first thing that the CEO is going to do, and having been in a corporation that whenever a new CEO got installed, you knew the first couple of days were going to be, or the first month might be interesting, and then the first 100 days, you knew some drastic. You just knew that was going to happen. That was par for the course. Yep. So this does not come at any surprise to me. What about you?
No, agreed. I mean, no one ever really is too happy about layoffs. You know, we don't like seeing people lose their job.
No.
But the fact is, and I think when we talked about it in our group chat, I kind of went like, "Yep, this is where I'd cut it. This is where, if I'm going to cut right now, this is where I'd go." And it has to do with I mean, okay, so the article explains it pretty well, right? It's duplication, eliminating some of that, right?
Sure.
Which obviously that's good. I mean, a thinner, leaner, less expensive division is always, what a CEO is going to want. They want to make, most of them. And Disney has been abysmal under Bobby to do that. They've had so many just divisions that aren't excelling. And I'll go back to my commentary on with the Mandalorian and Grogu coming up. The marketing has not been good. And so I would be pointing at like the hype men. I think I said they need new hype men. And this is what advertising, this is what marketing is.
Yeah.
They're hype men. So it made sense to me, as much as I don't like seeing people lose their job, from a completely corporate and Disney point of view, like that high level, this is what you need, because the correction needs to start. There's many corrections, but this is one of them. They need to now be able to promote and get the marketing out for what they have currently available and the current pipeline, but that way they can start trying to turn or keep the boat turning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, that's what's going on. I suspect there'll be more coming down the pipeline too.
Probably. And this is the rough part about it. This is where we talk about how the fiscal part of it to the other, the other side of it, just the entertainment factor of it. This is where the reality is that Disney has a lot of things they need to correct.
Yeah.
On the fiscal financial level, and this is one of them.
Yeah.
So it's going to be sad to see people lose their job, but dude, at Disney, they got a lot of work to do. Josh has got a lot of work to do.
He does.
Yep.
He does. Next news item is Disneyland monorails closed for refurbishment. The refurbishment began March 30th, 2026. That's just a few weeks ago, if that. A couple weeks ago. Disneyland hasn't provided an end date for the work. The calendar on the Disneyland website currently lists the monorails closed through at least May 17th.
Boo.
A sign in front of the fence lets guests know that the monorail is currently unavailable. Guests will have to walk between downtown Disney and Tomorrowland instead. Are you sad that Disneyland monorail is closed?
Yeah.
I'm too.
Yeah.
I'm too.
Yeah.
I wonder what the refurbishment is.
I don't know.
Did you know, though, that they don't run it when it gets over a certain amount of...
Yeah, because they can't... I made the comment before that they have a system that you could cool that. It'd be fantastic if they're actually putting in the cabs.
That's why because it's just too hot in the cabs.
Yep.
Yeah. They could definitely throw some AC in there, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep. I can think of one or two systems right now on the top of my head that I
Really?
could put in there. Yup.
You should call. You should talk to Josh.
Yeah, they
tomorrow.
know it. They know it. It's just a matter of they want it because they have to. They have to re-engineer some stuff to make that happen.
Yeah, the monorail is one of those things that I just enjoy. I love doing a lap around the whole
Yeah.
park. With
Yeah.
it, and
The train and the monorail, you do both of them if you can, and you should try to make time to do because
Yeah.
it gives you. I mean, we've talked about it before. The monorail gives you an elevated view of the entire park, which anytime you get an elevated view of the park, it just adds to the kind of just the amazing thing that it is.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
giving that perspective.
Indeed. Yeah, and all the history about that thing too. It's just, all the engineering went into that. Yeah. So right now, when we go there, we know Pirates is gonna be closed and
Yeah.
Monorail is gonna be
I
closed.
know, man. I'm thinking we may have to reschedule, dude. I don't
Well,
know.
wait a minute.
I'm kidding.
I think the Jungle Cruise is closed as we speak. So the Jungle Cruise might be closed while we're there.
I hope not.
I hope not. But looking at current stuff, they close on February 17th, and there's no. It's a TBD or TBA, whatever. And when it's going to be open, so that could be 3 attractions down while we're there. Udi, what are we gonna do? Because we know that's going to impact. Indy's going to be jammed. Big Thunder's going to be jammed. Rise.
Well, okay. Well, hopefully, Jungle Cruise isn't the one that's really going to affect it is Pirates.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
That is really going to mess with that whole area
Yep.
hardcore. Yeah, you can't have both of those down simultaneously for too long.
Right. I mean, because
Pirates and Jungle Cruise. Holy cow, man!
that means that puts a lot of pressure on Indy, which that's going to crack.
Yeah. I mean, when you think about it, all 3 of those can really be really good people eaters. I mean, Indy not as much, but that queue and you let people in there, that pulls people out. So the queue's a people eater. The queue for Indy.
Yeah.
God, yeah, that puts a lot of the lifting on Indy. All the lifting on Indy, really.
Yeah, and Haunted Mansion too.
And Mansion for that to pull that, but Mansion. I mean, the brilliance of Mansion is that is a massive people eater. That I won't even go to it because it makes you just think of how brilliant it was how those are all laid out
Yeah.
to just suck up people, pull them in.
Dude, we may have to go to Tom Sawyer's Island.
I wouldn't argue. I wouldn't be upset by that at all.
I'll be down for a lap on that.
Yep. Try to get you to squeeze through the Pirates there again.
Again, yeah.
Oh, that was comedy.
That was comedy gold. Comedy gold. All right. Next news item is Disneyland starts new shuttle service at Toy Story parking lot. Disneyland is actively exploring the next steps for resort area transportation for theme park guests. Disneyland has hired a new shuttle bus company to transport 7 million visitors a year between the Toy Story parking lot and the Anaheim theme park's front gates after a citywide bus service ceased operations. Disneyland began the new bus service on Wednesday of last week after the Anaheim Regional Transportation Network, which provided which provided buses for theme park visitors parking at the Toy Story lot, shut down. Most Disneyland visitors will not even notice this change. The new plain white buses with a simple Disneyland logo look remarkably similar to the art buses that featured a blue wrap around design with Disneyland graphics.
Yeah.
Disneyland has always assured theme park visitors that shuttle service between the Toy Story lot and parks would remain uninterrupted by art system shutdowns. Disneyland is actively exploring next steps for resort area transportation for theme park guests. So this is really like a nothing burger. I mean,
Yep.
really the gist of it is Anaheim Regional Transit. It's not going to be doing it anymore, but Disneyland has it covered. Okay.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I think I made the comment that I would not be surprised if they just bought all the buses that Art had
Yeah.
and went like, okay, we'll buy them, we'll clean them up, we'll do any little thing for them, we'll put our wrap on there, we got it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sure. Okay. Next news item is walking and talking Olaf, robotic character coming to Disneyland. Why would he be coming here, Rudy? To tease something?
Maybe.
Maybe? Okay.
I mean, okay, go ahead. I'll let you finish
The Frozen Olaf Snowman robot that made a viral splash by hilariously tipping over during his debut at the Disneyland Paris Resort will eventually waddle his way over the Disneyland Resort for photo op appearances, according to Walt Disney Imagineering. Imagineering plans to bring the walking and talking Olaf robotic figure to Disneyland and other Disney theme parks around the world after the popular Frozen character recently debuted in the new World of Frozen themed land at Disney Adventure World in France. Imagineering Senior Vice President for Research and Development Kyle Laughlin told Fast Company that Olaf robots will eventually appear at Disney parks around the world and on Disney cruise ships. He's one of our most popular characters, so domestically you'll see him as well, he told Fast Company. That's really kind of the important point. We really are building these now for the operations and to ensure that they're everywhere. Great. I mean, the remotely controlled robot walks with Olaf's slightly clumsy waddle and talks with pre-recorded lines provided by Frozen voice actor Josh Gad. Ugh. Sorry, I'm not a big fan of that guy. Do you like that guy?
No, not really.
Okay. Imagineering is working on an Olaf robot that can do up-close meet and greet photo ops with visitors, according to Fast Company. The North Star goal is that we will be able to have that huggable moment. Oh, that'd be cool.
Mm-hmm.
Hong Kong Disneyland will soon add an Olaf robot to a boat show in the park's World of Frozen themed land. Imagineering also teased the possibility of a robotic Sven reindeer character for the World of Frozen and a robotic Simba, Mufasa, or Scar character for Lion King themed land coming to Disney Adventure World, according to Fast Company. And we've met this up before, is that if they can do this, dude, a Yoda?
Yeah.
An actual Yoda.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh my gosh. Damn
Yep.
it. One thing that I know we talked about Monorail being closed and Pirates being closed and maybe Jungle Cruise being closed. I don't want to bring that into the universe.
Yeah,
but one cool thing, though, well, many cool things, but we will be able to see Star Wars Galaxy's Edge with new music when we're there.
Yep.
Because the change would have already happened.
Correct.
Millennium Falcon will not be doing the new missions, but we will be maybe seeing new characters and definitely themed music.
Yeah, and then we will be seeing the new characters
Hopefully, yes.
because they're supposed to be implemented by then.
Yeah, we don't know which ones, though.
Well, we don't know who we're going to see, but Darth, Han, Leia.
Yeah. Okay. So what are your thoughts about Olaf?
Well, I think it's cool because again, I made the statement often that Frozen is very, 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 very popular with a lot of many people. Mm-hmm. I think the idea is cool. I like that because it adds to the street atmosphere of the whole thing.
Yes.
Now, why would you bring Olaf? I think it actually is a couple. I don't think necessarily they're hinting at we're going to do something Frozen-esque at Disney proper. What I think is that they don't really have anything major, so they need to put something in there.
Yeah.
And I think it's also going to be a cross thing to kind of be like, hey, this is pretty cool. He's also over here, over here, over here. Mm-hmm. And so you can find that kind of stuff there. So I think it's a little bit of Disney cross-promoting other parks and IP and just kind of showing, hey, we got cool stuff. Yeah.
Cool. All right, and the last news item, and this is going to be a topic that's going to be coming up for a while.
Yeah.
So this is not just a fly-by-night, by the way, or sorry, not a fly-by-night.
Yeah, that'll work.
Okay, I think I'm... Disney might be rethinking the newest Avatar land after consulting with Udi. Plans for...
I wish.
Plans for an Avatar-themed space at the Disneyland Resort might be in danger. Ooh, here's the answer to scary music.
Yeah.
After the release of Fire and Ash, anyone who has been to Pandora at Disney's Animal Kingdom in Orlando knows how magical it is. Stepping into the world of James Cameron's Avatar is truly awe-inspiring, and with more movies potentially on the way, it was unsurprising when Disney announced that it was adding a second Avatar-themed section to one of its parks. This time, Disney's California Adventure in Anaheim, California. Where's that? Now, however, a new report claims that this may not be happening anymore and that it might get taken over by another Disney franchise, Zootopia. This week, The Wrap, which is a magazine, had an extensive report about how even though James Cameron's third Avatar movie, Avatar: Fire and Ash, grossed almost $1.5 billion, it may not have been enough to justify 2 more sequels with the same process or, as previously announced, theme park expansion. Clearly, this is a large, complex issue, one that Cameron himself has addressed in recent interviews. The Avatar movies are expensive, and if they don't live up to the franchise's most impossible expectations, they don't make it as much financial sense. So while the next 2 movies are still a bit more up in the air, we're going to focus more on the theme park question because that has more clues. Case in point, the area where Avatar Land was expected to arrive at DCA meant a current Monsters ride would have to go away. Disney originally announced the ride would be closing in early 2026, but recently that was delayed until 2027. That's a big clue, Hootie. Mm-hmm. Why would the ride be scheduled to stay open longer? We asked that ourselves. Most likely because the construction of the new area has also been delayed, and there might be a good reason why. Disney doesn't do anything without a reason. Former Imagineer Jim Shaw told The Wrap, the reality is that Avatar 3 did okay, but as a cultural force, it's exhausted.
There we go.
It is exhausted, yeah. Nobody is demanding to see more. They like what they have, and if they really like it, they can go to Florida and see it. California does not have a lot of land. If Avatar had been a huge success, people were demanding it, 4 and 5 and beyond, that would change the equation, but there's not a lot of that demand. I love that. It is exhausted. Mm-hmm. Instead, speculation is that the space will become a second Zootopia-themed area, especially since Zootopia 2 is massively overperformed, becoming the studio's highest-scoring film of the year. It beat Avatar: Fire and Ash by almost $400 million worldwide. Mm-hmm. Yes, Shanghai Disneyland has a Zootopia area and a ride that apparently fans love. So, in another clue, The Wrap cites a source claiming that since that highly rated Zootopia ride uses a similar ride system to another popular ride, which is Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. Trackless 3D, or not 3D. Trackless. It would be much easier to maintain than a new Avatar boat ride, which would require its own water treatment facility. That's not a big deal, because Disney knows how to do that.
But that is millions of dollars.
Yeah.
For a water treatment plant?
Yeah.
Dude. And then keeping that up and working, the maintenance and all, dude.
Okay.
That's a lot. That's an ongoing process. It isn't just you put the plant in and we're done.
Okay.
Yeah.
Plus, Zootopia just has a bit more juice right now. Zootopia 2 exceeded expectations in terms of money and laid the groundwork for more Zootopia, Shaw added. Mm-hmm. If I were Disney CEO Josh D'Amaro in the seat looking at the stock, I know I could go to the board and say, I've changed my mind for the stronger property, and there would be no pushback. Mm-hmm. So the author reached out who wrote to a representative from Disney Resort and will update this piece if or when they hear back. Okay. So the question is, would you prefer to see a second Avatar Land at Disney Resort or a second Utopia Land? And I think we know where we're going with this. I mean, Udi, you can speak for yourself on that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I think we sort of did that with...
Yeah, we've done it. Yeah.
This is going to be an ongoing question because this is going to be something that I think we're going to debate for, not debate, but at least until D23.
Yeah. I think, as D23s go, I mean, we never know really fully what we're going to get until they present, right?
Right.
But I think, again, we talk about it often how you're not going to see a full picture. All we can do is start putting the pieces together.
Yeah.
Like, here's another piece, and this is just another piece. The second, and I remember, and I said it, the second they said, hey, we're going to delay Monsters, Inc.,
yeah.
What was my reaction? They're not bringing Avatar. Like, because, I mean...
You did say that.
I mean, almost immediately, because I understood what that one thing was a huge signal in my mind.
Yeah.
And now... other people are beginning to go like, hey, well, they need a few more pieces to come into view, and that's fine. And I'm glad because I think Zootopia, and I'll just make my quick argument again, and that article made very, very strong points. even if you're, I mean, we're talking about it from a cultural IP entertainment point of view, right? They approached it from the fiscal financial point of view, which on both ends of it. And well, they did also say, I forgot what was the Imagineer said it's exhausted. Avatar.
Jim Shaw.
Yeah, he said it's exhausted. Avatar's exhausted. He's not wrong.
Right.
He's actually point on. And Zootopia, the beauty, again, Mark, you still haven't seen them, I know.
I can. Are they on Disney Plus?
Yeah,
Okay.
of course they are. They both are. They're both on there. Dude, they're entertaining. They're fun. They're fun little movies.
Okay.
And again, they connect with people, and that was my point. Like, Zootopia feeds a bigger demographic than Avatar does, flat out. Avatar, you're looking at predominantly, the way I look at it, probably early teens and up. But when you look at Zootopia, you're going to be looking at like kids to adults all the way up there.
A bigger range.
A bigger range. So, and then you have the factor of the money that it outperformed Avatar. So.
Yeah, but here's the question. I mean, there's a lot of questions I have about this. Okay, first off, how do I start this whole debate? Not debate, but line of questioning. Okay, do you think we're going to hear something by D23 about this decision? I mean, I think personally they have to address it.
I'm going with 60-40 no.
Okay.
Because the only thing that makes me not give it more than 60-40, more like a 70-30, no, is because of now we have Josh.
Okay.
And we don't know how he is going to approach D23 in the seat he's in now. We don't know. This is going to be the first one. So maybe he does come out and be like, hey, we're going to do this. Or maybe he's not. I don't know. But right now, just with the track record that Disney has right now with this kind of stuff, they will make a big splash with an announcement and then just let it fade away until finally they're like, oh, we're doing this now. No discussion about, well, what happened to that project? It's like it never happened.
Yeah.
So that is why I'm thinking we're not going to get anything, because
well, we have two shareholder or stock meeting, car company quarterlies coming up.
Yeah, but
they usually announce stuff there.
No, a quarterly can, but I don't know if he again. They don't have to.
No, they don't.
Quarterly meeting, they don't have to. That was a Bob Iger thing to try to pump the stock.
Yeah.
I don't know if Josh is going to do that.
Which I think is how we were first alerted of this, right?
Correct. I'm pretty sure it was in one of these quarterly meetings.
That they even announced Avatar.
Yep.
Well, I suspect, as a shareholder, I would want them to know. I would want to know what the heck they're doing.
Yeah.
And I think if this is out, if people like us are talking about it, I think they need to get ahead of it and just say, hey, you know what? Maybe we are going to shift gears.
Yeah.
And we're going to delay it. I mean, all this research can be, used for Disneyland Forward. Because eventually, like you said, I would like to see something like this come to our parks, but not at DCA.
No.
You want, brand new land that's built on nothing yet and just see what you guys can come up with.
Yeah.
But my question again goes, great, we're going to go to Zootopia. Zootopia 2 is already out. How effing long is it going to take for them to build something based on Zootopia? And will that be, quote unquote, exhausted by the time they get it done?
No. I mean, okay.
Is everything okay?
Yeah.
Oh.
No, I just got an alert and it was weird. I'm just trying to formulate my thought process with Zootopia. Okay, so let me tell you why I think Zootopia is on different footing than Avatar.
Okay.
One, again, the demographic, but financially, that Avatar is peaking down. It's tracking down.
Yes.
Okay.
Trending down.
Trending downward.
Yes.
Zootopia, I'm pretty sure that Zootopia 2 made more.
Yeah, 400 million more.
No, than the first one. I'd have to look that up.
Oh, between Zootopia. Okay.
Zootopia and Zootopia 2.
While you're doing that, I will check.
Okay, so if that would be the factor, it makes the same money or more, then that would lead me to believe that it's tracking upwards. And we already know that Disney is not, especially with Bobby's one of his last things. We're gonna start focusing on our known property and sequels. That plays into it as well. That plays into it as well. So Zootopia is, again, they're 100% their property. They don't have to worry about running it by James Cameron and having his input in anything. They can do what they want to do. And then it's tracking upwards. To me, when it comes to it, if you match with a sequel,
Yeah.
You're already on a good foot.
So just to your point, Zootopia 1 worldwide brought in $1.025 billion. Zootopia 2 brought in $1.87 billion.
There you go.
So almost not double, but very close to double.
So tracking upwards.
Yes.
So you're tracking upwards with Zootopia.
Yes.
That 100% green light's number 3.
Yes.
And again, when you look,
But how long, again, Udi, if they announce it let's say they announce it in August.
right,
This is going to be 2 years before we get something.
correct, you probably be 2 years before you get Zootopia 3 as well.
Okay.
So it makes, not only with the space, they don't have to do so much demo. There's so many things, I mean, unless they want to. I mean, there's a lot of things that you could take existing infrastructure in the Hollywood backlot that you can just use.
Yeah.
And they don't have to bring in, bringing in a water attraction into that area, I don't think you guys know, like, the depths of how much that would take.
Depth is a good word.
Yep. I meant to say it that way.
But imagine this, though, to your point, the current infrastructure, they could use Hyperion Theater for like a Zootopia type show, musical or something.
They could add,
Is there music in the show, in the movie? I don't know. I mean,
there's a show in there.
Okay, so
I
but
think
there,
there's a show
but
in
there aren't
there.
any
I
kind of
can't
crazy
remember.
theme. Okay, so
No.
but they could have something that they could base these characters on, some sort of show.
Yeah, they could.
And
They
that'd be
could literally
great.
just do any show and then do some clever advertising posters on the outside, and it fit.
Yeah, yeah.
The Hyperion fits. Like I said, it just makes so much sense. This is why I think it's going to be when we go to the park, and we're in that area with Orange Grove and Conductor. This is
Yeah.
where we're going to have a fun talk,
Sure.
because we're going to be boots on the ground. We're going to be feet. We're going to be in the space discussing it. And that way, I mean, it makes infinite more sense on almost every level at this point to make it Zootopia. It really does. And I'm going to encourage you again, Mark. Watch them. They're fun. They're fun little movies.
By the time we go, I will watch Zootopia.
Okay, we'll see.
Okay, I will. Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah. So you say no by D23. I say yes. And I think both of us are probably, if we had to bet like $100 right now, I bet you they are going to pivot away from Avatar here. I think it makes a lot more sense.
Yeah. Again, I think with it being the huge pusher of this was Bobby. I think that is why we even are dealing with any of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, though I wonder if they go to do Zootopia, Eastern Gateway project, opening up that extra land behind DCA with the bus terminal, is that still in play?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because you think they're going to want that extra room for Zootopia?
Yeah,
anyways?
they could. They could make more room.
Okay.
Yeah, they could. It's one of those things is that I think it gives them more flexibility, like to be able to play with that area than if they went with the Avatar. Like, again, Zootopia is a urban, backlot and facade. It's not a green, planet, not a forest planet, not a jungle planet.
Right.
So it's infinitely easier to deal with everything, even your theming and everything. Infinitely easier.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
No water, no I can go on and on, but I won't. But yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's gonna wrap up the news for this episode. I thought it was a good news section. Yeah, there's a lot of good things going on there. So let's go to the feature presentation.
And now for our feature presentation.
So, feature presentation for episode 243 is kind of late in the game. We're talking about Josh D'Amaro coming over as CEO, new CEO. Dana Walden as not really co-CEO, but ahead of
Chief Creative.
Chief Creative. So I'm gonna let Udi start off with this. What are your thoughts and concerns? Any red flags off the bat? I have a couple that are red flags.
For in what? Pertaining to Josh or the whole thing, or
The whole thing in
Okay.
both people.
Okay,
Yeah.
so the main red flag for me is Dana Walden.
Yeah.
Because I feel like putting her in charge of. Okay, how do I put it? I don't think that if you're going to make a chief creative officer, that would be her. Her track record isn't that what I've seen didn't put a bunch of confidence in me going, why her?
Right.
That, coupled with her very close friendship with Bob Iger,
Mm-hmm.
those are two factors that I'm like, if I'm Josh tomorrow, I'm like, no, like, I don't know. It is, to me, a low-key way of saying that they don't have 100% confidence in Josh tomorrow, which I don't think is fair to him.
No.
I think it's unfair. Because, I mean, let me refer to Bob Chapek. Now, when they brought in Bob Chapek, you can see what they did there. You can see now, I think, is pretty clear to see that Bob Iger wanted a yes man.
Yep.
He wanted someone who's just going to do what he wanted him to do. And Bob Chapek went, hold on, I want to create my own thing. Like, I'm the CEO.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate your input, whatever, blah, blah, blah. I'm sure they weren't initially adversarial, but sounds to me by the end of it, it really, really was.
Yeah.
And that is my fear, that the fact that Bob Iger is still there in some weird form, which is just so annoying to me. Like,
Well, you need to call him Disney legend Bob Iger.
no, I don't, and I will not, because I don't think he's earned that. I think he's done more to hurt this company than help it. I mean, we can have that argument with plenty of people, because there's plenty of people who really like him.
Sure.
I'm not one. But that is my major red flag is Dana Walden. They brought in there. It's a relationship thing. I don't think it's a performance thing. I think it's because she is in there, and I think Bob set that up there as kind of a bear trap, that if he fails in any way, they're gonna be like, well, we got Dana Walden, and she's already been the CCO, and so we can just elevate her too, and then do all the stuff that they do, the glass ceiling and all. I'm like, dude, I don't care about that stuff. I mean, that's fine, but just, can you do the job? Do the job, and that's it.
Yeah.
So those are my bigger red flags, which, funny enough, isn't any of them to do with Josh D'Amaro himself.
No.
It's the situation. And, yeah, those are my red flags.
My red flags, yeah. Well, good. I don't disagree. I my red flags are with her. They start with her because I think we got a lot of, how do I say it elegantly, politically charged content from her.
Correct.
And that stuff, that turns me off so fast.
Yeah, quickly. And I think the vast majority of the Disney fan base is in the same boat. It's not because we believe one way or the other,
Right.
Because that doesn't matter. It's just like, dude, I don't want this stuff in. I don't need this right now. I
Yeah.
don't want this in here.
Yeah, I don't want the content. It's right. I don't care what side of the aisle you're
Yeah.
on, or even if you're on the aisle.
Yeah.
I just, you don't need that shoved in your face.
Correct.
24/7.
Correct.
And so, but we haven't seen that lately.
Correct.
But my thought is that that could come back.
Correct. And that comes from that point of view, because you can look a little bit more at Josh D'Amaro. I mean, working in the theme park, right?
Yeah.
He's had to deal with different issues.
Yeah.
Creativity, sure. I mean, but it's different in the sense when you're in the park, because you're dealing with creative people, but you're also dealing with something that's established. It's there.
Yeah.
You're not creating new things. You're kind of taking something and being creative with it.
Yeah.
And kind of developing it and making it a real life experience. And then how do you run that and all the other things? So his point of view is going to be 100% different. Well, maybe not 100%, but different from the other when you're purely creative and purely coming up with new ideas, and the feasibility of how do you bring that into a park doesn't come into play at all. I mean, maybe a little bit, but at the end of the day, you're more worried about making your whatever the IP is,
Yeah.
your intellectual property, what that is, over the viability or feasibility of bringing it some physical representation into a park.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And with Josh D'Amaro, I think, some of his ideas, like, I'm pretty sure it was him that came up with the reservation system and this current Lightning Lane fiasco. And I think it's a fiasco. I think it's a sham.
I agree.
So those are red flags and he's CEO and he hasn't dropped them yet.
Yeah.
And he can just by saying, we're not doing this
Yeah,
anymore.
but he can't at the same time. But
Why not?
because at the other, okay,
He cannot unring this bell?
he can.
Yeah.
He can.
Yeah.
But right now he can't.
Because
Right now he can't, because at this point in time, okay, so let's big picture it out, right?
Sure.
Hold on, before I go there, let me look up the current price of Disney stock, because this is what it's gonna be, right?
I think it's like 99 and change or something.
I had it tracking, and now it's not on here. Why is it not on my phone? Holy crap. Okay, so it's under $100. So yeah, here it is right here. I do have it. I went to my search and there it is. So Disney stock though is under 100, right?
Yeah.
Currently, as we're recording, it's 99.17. It's up a couple percentage, but year to date it's down 11.34%. That is not a good number. If you guys want to go take a look, go to year to date, and you can see the tumbling
Yeah.
line as it goes down and drop, and it's just the bottom has dropped out of it. So his main job is going to be to make that company, and we say it all the time, fiscally sound,
Yeah.
responsible, make fiscally responsible decisions to make the company and the shareholders money.
Mm-hmm.
End of day, stop, full stop. That's it. That's his job.
Yeah.
How you go about that is where we have all the discussion, right? So currently, he cannot take away anything that is a known profit center,
Right.
because what will happen is that, look, now our margins are down, our revenue is down, so people are going to be like, oh, the company's going down because it's not making so much money, and then there we go, here we go, let's start the whole thing, like, oh, he can't do his job, blah, blah. So the way I've always seen it, in order to unring that bell, he has to build the company back up to a point where when he goes, hey, by the way now, we're going to get rid of that. And they're going to go, but man, it brings in X amount of dollars a year. Are you sure? Why would you do that? Blah, 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 because they're going to approach it from the fiscal end. And he needs to make a sound argument, be able to have firm footing to go like, here's why. Because we've had complaints from people. We think it's damaging the experience.
Yeah.
We think even though it's bringing in money, that it's kind of funneling or not funneling, but stopping growth. Here's all the things I've done to grow the company. Look at our revenues increased here. They know they'll do the whole dance of like, this is up and this is up and this is up and this is up. The more things that he has climbing, so we're talking park, reservations, all that kind of stuff, the box office, the Disney Plus, all the things, the ESPN, all the little things that they have their tentacles in, the more he has on the upswing, the more more it gives him to be able to say, and we're going to remove that, and we're going to do this to replace it. It needs to have a replacement.
Yeah.
Now, we've said often that they need to come up, just revamp this, and then make a no pay system. You know, where you don't got to pay that, and if they do that, it will improve the whole experience, right? And then you make people, you remove the complexity of what the park experience now has become, and then you make it much more simple, less transactional, and more enjoyment. That's the argument you need to make. And if he can't prove that, then the board might be like, you can't do that. So that's the conundrum that he's currently in, because I think the overall the overall satisfaction of Lightning Lane to me, and this is only me thinking out loud, has to be going down.
Yeah.
Because people, I mean, how often are you going to want to pay for something, and then you're looking like, especially something so tangible as a Lightning Lane, when you look at a Lightning Lane line longer than a standby line, how long can you keep that going before people are like, enough?
Yeah, I know.
So that's why he can't get rid of it. And there might be a personal side of that, you know? He may be like, this was mine.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, those are some red flags I have with him, is that he has two aspects of the park experience, which I think are negative experiences. Mm-hmm. And I think those are something I'm going to pay attention to. I'm also going to pay attention to how they handle mobile ordering in the future. Like, I want to see less of that. Mm-hmm. But I know some people like it. And I guess if it works for you, but it also just takes it again. You're talking about like Lightning Lane lines be longer than standby. I've seen mobile ordering lines or pickup lines be longer than ordering. Mm-hmm. It's like, why did you just do that?
Classic example, when my last trip, Galactic Grill.
Wait a minute, why'd you go there?
I didn't go there.
Oh. Who was going?
Christy went there. They want chicken strips and fries, man. I'm pretty sure it's what
Ty wanted.
What Ty wanted.
Yeah, that might be the last place I go.
Yeah, but that's why they have different places. But not there.
I'd rather walk out of the Disneyland and go down to Denny's or across the street and have lunch than eat at Galactic Grill.
I don't know. It's never been my thing, but I'll say the strips look really good. I didn't have one, but they looked really good. They look like a good chicken strip.
Will you go there next time? Or?
No. Oh. Like I don't have a need to go to Galactic Grill, but I also don't have an objection. Like it's like, hey, where you were gonna go? I'm like, okay. I really don't have too many places. I mean, maybe Pizza Planet.
Yeah, maybe I was way too harsh on that. I would actually try Galactic Grill.
Yeah.
Again.
Yep. Yeah.
Are you gonna try another place besides Rancho?
Yeah.
What?
Where? No, I'm gonna go get me that stuffed potato, man.
Oh yeah, that looks good.
Oh my Lanta! I'm literally like, oh my gosh, like I'm 6 weeks away from having those again.
5 weeks.
5 weeks away from having those again.
I didn't know you had it.
I had 2 of them when I went. Dude, they were so good because they were perfect. It filled me up. It had the chicken and all the stuff in there, and it was just the right amount of spicy. I had in my hand. I could be eating and as we're moving. I was literally eating that on the train as we're moving.
Okay.
Oh man, and they're just so filling and so good. Like they're like $12, but it was like no objection at all. Okay. I'm like good. So yeah. But anyway, so back to topic. Yeah, that's an interesting thing to see. Can he remove himself from that? And because there's plenty of people I'm sure out there who find zero issue with Lightning Lane.
And reservations.
Sure. I think we've had a couple people like, well, how would you handle that? How did they handle it before? Mm-hmm. And I think, and this is where, even though that's a red flag, you have a little bit more faith, at least I do currently with him, because he's been a parks guy. He has been a parks guy. If he has a better, I feel like he's going to have a better sense of what the people going in the park really are going to want and what they really feel. Even though with that, so maybe, this is where I keep on saying, enough people start going like, dude, enough, like, that's enough. Or, if he doesn't want to get rid of that, okay, But you then now we go back to the cost benefit analysis of the whole thing. Like, I'm going to spend X amount of money. What benefit am I going to get it as a consumer? So maybe he's going to look at it from that point of view and go like, hey, well, we're charging this much per ticket per day.
Yeah.
We need to make sure. And he said it in his statement. It needs to be the best day ever.
Yeah.
Right? Which to me is a brilliant way of looking at it.
Yeah.
But I think what Becky said last time was that, but it can't be a one and done type of thing, or one every 5 years. It needs to be the best time ever, multiplied 5 times a year. Isn't that the better way to go?
I think so.
I think so.
I think so too.
So I think, again, going back to it, I think I have more faith in him, or I'm more willing to give him leniency is probably the better way to put it, in the fact that he is a parks guy.
Yeah.
And I think that hopefully that influence begins to push out to the other sector. And I think, to me, that's going to be the more interesting parts of what his position, and with having Dana Walden on his, at his back, I guess, if we want to put it that way. Because I don't know how that dynamic is going to work. How do you think that is going to work when it comes to creative decision making?
Between what?
So she's the chief creative officer.
Yeah.
I haven't looked at it because I don't know if they said it, what her specific role is.
Well, I think she oversees all the stuff that's not parks, right?
Okay. That's what I'm saying. I haven't read fully.
Or
entertainment, though. I think it has to do with that, with like the entertainment side. So there's obviously more division in the company, but dealing directly with movie, Pixar.
Well, wait a minute. So, so does she have final approval for like Lucasfilm stuff?
I would think no.
See, I would hope no.
I would think and hope no, because at the end of the day, she's not. She still has to report
to Josh.
But
yeah.
This is where I'm curious. That's the dynamic that has me worried in this whole situation, is how much pushback, because, okay, they created that job basically for her.
Yeah.
Basically. Okay. Why? Why would they do that? Why would they go through that effort other than not having full confidence? Like, okay, well, Josh, we're going to give you this big chunk, but we can't give you everything because we don't think you can handle everything. Which, again, a co-CEO thing is not necessarily a bad thing.
No,
we've talked about it often.
Right.
That's not the argument I have. The argument I'm having is with who they put in that position.
Right.
So there it is. So I don't know how much she will, not only how much power and weight does her opinion and her job give her, versus his, and how is that dynamic going to work if they come to a point of like, I disagree. Is Josh going to be like, nope, I disagree, we're not doing it, done? Like, we're not going to do that. And how often that's going to work, and how often, and if.
Yeah, so here it is, right?
She's got, okay.
Yeah, as of March 18th, Dana Walding serves as president and chief creative officer of the Walt Disney Company.
Right.
Overseeing all of Disney Entertainment. Her remit includes film and TV production, streaming, Disney Plus and Hulu, and creative development for major studios, including Lucasfilm, Marvel, and Pixar.
Okay, yeah. So everything creative and entertainment. So the non-park, non-physical thing.
Yeah. Is that good? Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I think it's a bad thing.
You think it is?
Yeah. I think because, again, I would...
Wait, is Kathleen Kennedy out of Lucasfilm now?
Yeah.
She is?
Yeah, pretty sure.
Okay.
Pretty sure it's Filoni and... I forgot the name of the other lady. But going back to it. That's my bigger worry. I think that dynamic is the thing that you're going to. It's not like, Roy and Walt, because he was the money guy. He wasn't the idea guy. He was the money guy. And this is kind of how they try to set this up. But looking at at the creative point of it is the problem with this whole setup. You know what I mean?
Yep. Yep.
That's the problem with it. So, Josh D'Amaro. Oh man, one thing that's really bugging me though, like lately, the more we've been as we're moving along and we think more and more process, I'm starting to get a little bit more apprehensive that he may not have the backbone to push Bob Iger out all the way, which he needs to do.
Yeah.
And that he may capitulate a little bit more to Dana Walden when he shouldn't. Mm-hmm. That's my worry. That's the only thing that my red flag for him, like the big one. Like, and this has only been developing a little bit more. I'm giving him a large leeway because I want him to succeed at such a high level.
Sure.
So, but I'm starting to get a little bit more worried that may happen. That he won't have the ability to push Bob Iger because he's a different guy than Chapek. Chapek just did it with sheer brute force. Like, I don't need you here.
Right.
Like, to his face. Like, I don't need you. Like, to his face in the plane. You read that article.
Yeah.
He's like, well, I thought we had to go over. It's like, no, if I have any questions, I'll come find you. Like, nah, piss off. Like, he did that to Bob Iger. So, of course, that was the beginning of the end for Chapek, and who was in tow, Dana Walden, to get that done. But anyway.
Sure.
So this is where we're
yeah.
This is where we're at.
Yeah. I think we're going to continue to, we're going to track his work pretty closely. And, August comes up, and that's the D23. So we're really going to see how he handles that. We've got 2 earnings reports we got to go through to that. So I'm very curious to see how he responds, and to see where he goes. I mean, at this point, it's probably best to give him the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
Until he starts proving us wrong.
Yeah. I mean, I think there are plenty of people out there that are black-pilled doomsayers, and they have this weird affinity to making everything sound the worst ever. Everything's terrible. Everything's horrible. They came out of the woodwork after that first earnings call. I mean,
yeah.
It was insane to me watching it on my social media. I'm like, what are you guys talking about?
I thought I went by fine, to be honest with you.
It wasn't the great. Like, I think I gave him a C+. I think it could have been better. But that's the thing is like, we have to give him the benefit of the doubt right now.
Yeah.
We have to. We have to let the man work a little bit.
Let him cook, Udi.
Let him cook a little bit. Let's see what he's got.
Yeah, I think sometimes, just in general, especially on your social media, you mentioned there's way too many hammers looking for nails.
Yeah.
And you just got stop. You don't need to be a hammer. Just chill and just let him do something. And it's like, so we shall see. I mean, I'm definitely looking forward to hearing how everything develops, and even before D23. So, like I said, the one that kind of gives me the most pause is Dana Walden.
Mm-hmm.
I've got my guard up with her.
Yeah, and I think, and this is what we're talking about, you got to look at what they've done. You got to give them, I mean, everybody has worked hard to get to where they are. Most people, I mean, I'm not trying to belittle or denigrate Dana Walden in the sense of her work to get to where she's at.
Yeah.
That is an accomplishment to reach that level. Kudos to her. But when you look at what they've done, that's where you draw it. So my criticism is not the person; it's the work. And some people can't separate that too, but I am.
Yeah.
I don't mean it as a personal attack at her at all. It has everything to do with what she's produced. The production hasn't been what she's produced, and what she has had in her past, to me, is not, I don't think is good. And I don't think it's going to be something that is, it's not a positive sign for the future for the company. I would have preferred, gosh, I don't know, man. I'm trying to think of who I would have preferred to be in that role. I would have preferred that There is no role like that.
Well, I think it's too big of a company for one person.
And that, I mean, clearly that is the thinking process. And again, we've said it before here. There's no problem with that, with a company like this. I mean, or with having that thought process, like, hey, we need 2 people to run the company.
Yeah.
And maybe we can use Bob Iger as a perfect example of like why Disney can't.
I think you're stretched too thin.
Yeah.
But I think I would have preferred the assignment to come from Josh D'Amaro.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I'm CEO, and what I've realized in my first 100 days is that this company's way too big for one person. I'm going to divide it up into different groups that are going to report to me. But it sounds like this was already, he's CEO, and by the way, she's going to be like your counterpart.
100%. Like, it wasn't his call at all.
Yeah, and that I think that was the part that kind of bothers me a little bit. Like, okay,
Yeah.
And if I'm him, I'm thinking, why would they do that?
Yeah.
Do I have a short leash? And he might.
Yeah, and he might. And this is where the negative part. This is, I think, an actual like a critique, and negative critique is like it doesn't put faith, or it doesn't put as much faith behind him. And it doesn't necessarily signal a lot of strength from the decision-making process to us. Like, why? Exactly, because we're asking, well, why would you do that? Do you not think he can do the job? Then if he can't do the job, why are you putting him in the job? So even though we're willing to give him the benefit of the doubt until he gets moving, it made me feel like the board doesn't have full confidence in him, and I'm like, then that is not.
Well, that's what it appears to be.
Well, because that can affect his decision-making process. That can affect, like, okay, I want to do something bold. Like, I mean, you brought up Lightning Lane. I want to do something bold. I want to get rid of it. Is that going to make him really, really raring to go present that to the board? No, he's going to put that in his back pocket. Like I said, he can't do that now, and that's part of the reason why.
Sure.
Is because he does not have the grounding, and they didn't do him any favors, and like, we believe in you by doing that.
Right.
But again, these are the things that are out of his control. These are the things that he's going to have to work through in order to really create his legacy. That's the biggest point. Like, Bob Chapek went through, and we've had the arguments that we had in discussion about Bob Chapek, but he clearly had a view of what he wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone be damned, but I'm doing it. Gave no second thought to Bob Iger, who clearly so big. I'm surprised he can fit into a room with his head. And he gave him no fine. Bob Chapek's biggest evil was dismissing Bob Iger, a former CEO and consultant. That again, now going into Josh D'Amaro, he saw that. He was probably sitting right there and went, holy F, here we go.
Yeah.
Again, is that going to make him really raring to go to really come in there and start busting doors open? No, it's going to work against him. So those are the fears that are there. That's why I'm like, I don't know if he's got the backbone. Maybe they picked him because, like, now maybe with Bob Iger in there, that we can control everything. And I'm like, dude, just let the man work, put some faith in him. And I hope Josh D'Amaro has a more charismatic way. And it sounds like everything I've ever read about him is that he is that guy. He's the one who can talk to people.
Yeah.
And not just, I'm not going to bludgeon you in the head with my decision. I'm going to be like, hey, let's talk about how we... And to be fair, that's how... Maybe I'm more lenient towards him because that's how I handle situations like that in my line of work. We come across a problem, I have an idea of how we're going to correct something. I don't come in and go like, we're doing it this way, and then walk away. And anybody else, I literally go and was like, okay, guys, situation X. I have solution A, B, and C. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
And just by bringing that in, you open up people to having more amenable to different ideas or your ideas.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping this is how the approach that he takes. And I feel like this is probably the best way for him to begin to maneuver through this role. because he's got so many landmines. I mean, I can't even imagine. Like, can you imagine walking into that and being that guy right now?
No.
Cool. Like, I don't envy him. I do on one level, but
Well, he's
don't.
set for life financially. So.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's the plus side. Like, Chapek is like had 11 months of BS to deal with, and now he doesn't have to work. I mean, he's working.
Yeah.
But he would not have had to work another day in his life. He would have been like, well, worth it. 11 months worth it, man.
I would do that for
I
him.
mean,
Yeah.
But I hope again. But that I feel like this is a guy who understands the importance of the theme park to the company. I think that the fact that he's the CEO over Dana Walden also kind of points to the board's thought process as well. Like, hey, we understand that the theme park business and the cruise business is massive. Our profit center. That is our profit center.
Yeah.
The movies, the TV, all the other crap we're doing, we're only trying. I mean, they're not good at it. I mean, well, they've gotten bad at it, flat out bad at making movies. So I think that's a point in the right direction for him.
Mm-hmm.
The potentiality for him to do good work
Yeah.
is there, and to do really good work is there.
Yes.
So this is, I mean, I guess really the last thing I kind of want to say on this is the fact that let the man work.
Mm-hmm. It's fair to, I mean, we got to give him, I don't know, 12, I say like a year to see how he's doing.
That is the only way with the size of this company that I think would be a fair calculation of whether he's doing a good job or not.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then I hope with the moves, and I keep on saying, so I want to be more positive. We try to end everything on a positive note.
Yes.
Josh Amar being put in this position, even with all the traps that are there, is still I think is a better move than Dana Walden.
Yeah.
The moves that they did with Lucasfilm and of that nature is a good move. Those are good moves that the company's doing. Maul, by the way, if you guys haven't watched Maul is freaking, the first 2 episodes were great.
How long are the episodes?
33 minutes, so like a half hour.
Okay.
Yeah, they were great. And
Do you have to know anything about him?
No.
Okay.
It helps. It really helps. But the character, Maul is just a badass dude, and God, it's great. If you know the story of Maul and what he's been through, it adds to the whole thing, and it gives you that deeper knowledge, so you can kind of see why he's working.
He's like an anti-hero?
No, not at all.
Okay.
And funny enough, if you guys listen to the Manda show, we talk about that, and we're like, we make fun of people who try to call him an anti-hero. He's not.
Okay.
He's not. He's a villain. He's not an anti-hero. But these are the positive signs. Again, going back to the Mandalorian Grogu, I think the movie's going to be fun. I think it's going to be good. It's coming out in 22nd of May.
About 5 weeks.
About 5 weeks. About the week after we come back from our trip. That's when it's coming out.
Yeah, we come back on a Saturday. I think that following Thursday it's opening.
Which we're gonna have to go. We're going. But
ooh, that's gonna be a big group.
Well, we'll start planning that. But
yes.
But these are all the positive signs. Okay, these are all the good things that I think. Trying to give Dana Walden the biggest benefit of the doubt I can, but I can't as much with her because I've seen her track record. But I'm also going to be rooting for her success. Yeah. I want the movies to become what they were 10 years ago. I want that back. I want the Avengers. I want the spectacle. I want all of that back.
Yeah.
Knowing a new Pixar movie is coming out, that's going to be funny. That's going to be good. Without, like you said, the political stuff that had been infused, that just turned so many people off. It feels like they're walking away from that. My concern is that she was one of the implementers of that, helped facilitate that. That's my concern with her. So, again, track record, not personal feeling, just what did she do when she was in a position of authority? That's what she did. So, but the bright side is that we're seeing all this coming now. We've seen what looks like a change in what they want to bring to the screens, and that will only help bolster the company and regain that. So
Yeah.
when we get that back, they actually begin making their billions back and their money back and all the billions that they've lost from all the bad Marvel movies, and on and on and on and on. Then that will help the company, and that will help Josh be able to be like, hey, this is under me. This is what I'm doing. This is what I've been. So let's just keep it going. And I think we're on that path. I still think we
Yeah,
are,
I think we are too.
and I think we're even a little bit further down that path with him coming in.
All right.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, well, that's going to wrap up episode 243.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. So 244 is coming up. Maybe we'll have Jerome on.
Yeah.
Because I know he wanted to talk about this, and we need to have him back on to talk about New Orleans Square. I think is what we're doing. That's going to be.
We're taking that lap, right?
We are taking that
the
lap.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so to reach out to us, you can send us an email at info@leavingtodaypodcast.com. You can also send us a message on Instagram at Leaving Today Podcast. That's probably like the best way to do it. Catch us every Wednesday between 6 and 7 Indie time for riveting LTP Lounge discussions. If you'd like to be part of that, do reach out because we'd love to have you on. If not, you want to hang out, lurk in the chat room, that's awesome too.
Yep.
Because we have a lot of good conversations going on there. Hopefully we're going to have Disneyland Trivia coming back soon.
Yeah. We're working on that again.
Working on that again for all those people in the Sacramento area. We can get that going. We want to have a few of those during the year.
Those are fun.
They are
a lot of fun.
Yeah. Okay, Udi, where can people find out more information about you?
Well, hold on. Before I go there, guys and gals, do us a favor.
Yeah.
Tell us your thoughts on Josh, where you're at. If you have any of the red flags that we do, I'm curious.
Okay.
Because this is one of those big moves in Disneyland world that a lot of people are going to have thoughts. Obviously, Jerome couldn't be here, but he wanted to talk about it as well. Because this is kind of a big thing. Well, not kind of. It is a big thing. So, yeah,
Sure.
Let us know. Okay, so you can find me on my other show, which I already kind of alluded to, the Mando Show, where we're talking about Maul, the Shadow Lord. We did kind of like an intro to Maul, kind of like what we thought about him, and how he's kind of played in the existing Star Wars universe. And then that's one episode, and then we actually have our reviews currently of episode 1 and 2. And those are both out right now. So that is the Mando Show. And then you can find me on, obviously, this show, LTP Lounge, and then on my Instagram, which is HAXGOALIE, HaxGoalie. And I respond on my DMs there.
Awesome.
Good.
All right. And remember, May 14th and 15th, we'll be in the parks. So until then, we love you. Adventures out there, and we will see you in the parks.
See ya.
Cheers.
All right. Okay. Sorry. Now that I cracked it.
Wait, how do I get you bigger?
You broke it.
Yeah.
No bed sheets.
Why are you yelling at me?
Because I like yelling at you.
God, you're so slow.
Wow, these are smaller than I thought.
That's what she said. You're funny. Ow, that hurt. Don't make me smile like that. Ow.
I feel very earthy.
Right? On the floor. It's nice. I like it.
Kitty.
It's like a breath of fresh air.
Boy, was my face red.